Alright, hey guys, it's me again, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Genshin Impact. Now this is going to be a one-off video. I'm probably not going to make any more Genshin Impact videos after this, simply because I've never played a gacha game before, and I don't think I'd be able to contribute much to the community of, Genshin Impact. So this is going to be a one-off thing, and you're just going to basically hear me talk while I play. But honestly, when this game came out, I wasn't initially interested in this game. But a lot of people were DMing me on Discord saying that, hey, this game is out, I should give it a try or whatever. And since I've never played a gacha game before, I've only heard like rumors that they're basically pay-to-win scam games. Like all of them, literally all of them. So I 100% expected this to be a pay-to-win scam game. And I'm happy to report it's not that at all. Because when I hear gacha, I think gotcha money, gotcha wallet, something like that. But that made me curious, why are there so many people interested in this game? Why are so many people willingly go into a pay-to-win scam game that they know is going to rob them of money and abuse their gambling addiction, basically. And basically take advantage of it. Now, I'll be honest here, completely honest here. I think people with gambling addiction would be much better off in the stock market, IMO, because stocks has been so successful at making people rich that you have your own tax bracket. And you can just gamble your money in there and throw it to random companies, and you can either get big gains or big losses, but it's never over until you actually pull out and sell your stocks. But that's just me. I don't actually remember what this quest was, I was just talking to you guys. But since I've heard all these types of games were just pay to win scams, I was just curious. I just want to know what exactly would make people, want to jump into a game like this for the most part. So I decided to give it a try. And yeah, it turns out it's not a pay to win game at all. There's no paywalls. I'm a free to play player, and I have plenty of characters, as you can see. I actually almost have all of them. Now I think about it, I'm only missing like most of the 5 stars, and like I think 1 or 2 4 stars. But I have quite a lot of characters, and you can get like rolls through primo gems. But wishes are they're the gambling part of this game, right? You make a wish, right? With this currency here. I don't have any right now. But if you don't have this currency, what you can do is turn your primo gems, which are these, into that currency, the wish currency, right? And it's 160 primo gems for each, which isn't that bad. And you can get primo gems just from playing. Opening chests, just random chests will give you primo gems. Doing shrines, getting achievements, or anytime the devs do a hot fix, for every fix they give you primo gems as well. All right, and there's also challenges for free characters. Recently, I've completed the Barbara challenge, and that gave me Barbara. And there's also a Xiaoling challenge that gave me Xiaoling, which is the Chinese chef character. And on top of it, there's many ways of getting primo gems. So you're not walled off of getting extra characters, and there's no character specific progression in this game. I mean, the only characters you need are the Traveler, which is the main character. He is the worst 5-star in the game at the moment, but that's only because his kit is incomplete. And Amber, and she's the worst archer in the game. But that's because of Amber's kit is a little weird compared to the other archers, where she wants to be your main DPS. But the thing is, with bow characters, right, when you aim down sights, it's really clunky. There's a lot of mouse drifting, so it's not the easiest to aim. So that's something you got to keep in mind. I don't know what these win marks look like for this fucking commission. So give me a sec to find these. Okay, so there's fucking leaves in these trees that are just invisible unless you use the... Okay, so I figured out how to do the quest. Alright, and the last one's over there. Alright, so that wasn't that bad. But I'm doing my daily commissions now. But the game is pretty fair. Now, I've been informed that, Genshin Impact is one of those rare gacha games that's actually fair to the player, where you can sort of do like both. You can play free to play, or you can sort of whale out. Now don't get me wrong, this game still is a scam, but it's not a scam for the free to play players. It's a scam for the paying players. Now the way these rolls work on the wishes is that you're guaranteed a 4-star, either the weapon or a character, every 10 wishes, and every 90 wishes you're guaranteed a 5-star. That's your pity, basically. Your pity roll will give you a guaranteed 5-star. But here's the thing, it's not guaranteed to give you a new character or a new item. You can get duplicates, and that's where the sort of scam comes in, and the rates are kind of not that great. The drop rate chances are very, very low for the 5-star characters. So more often than not, you're gonna hit the pity and get your 5-star that way. That's how I got Venti. I got all my roles free to play. In fact, I haven't shelled out any money for this game, and then the way you can prove that is go to crystals and you have all your bonuses. You can turn these crystals into primo gems and exchange that. You can also exchange this currency here, Masterless Star Glitter, which you get from getting either 4 stars, I think, yeah. And you can buy the wish currency through that, which you get from just wishes. And you also get it through Masterless Stardust here, 75 each. I have quite a lot here. But you can only get a certain amount per month. But yeah, apparently this gacha game has like some of the worst rates for getting characters in the game. But the thing is, the 4-star and 5-star characters, there's not a huge difference between those characters for the most part in power-wise. Like the only like main difference is that their ultimate has like a close-up shot of them, and that's kind of it. 9 times out of 10. The only exception to this is the Traveler. He does not. Well, he kind of does. The camera does zoom in, but it's not like a close-up on their face, whatever. Like say Venti or any of the other 5-star characters. And the other exception is Barbara. Barbara is a 4-star character, but her ultimate has a close-up on her face. Now, since you can get duplicate characters, you're probably wondering, well, what happens if I get duplicate? Can I get like multiple of like the same character on the team? No. What you do with duplicate characters is they give you this item that unlocks constellations, basically. So as you can see here, I have gotten a lot of Barbaras through the wish system, as you can see. So the first duplicate will unlock one of these, and just keep going and going. My Barbara's almost maxed. So the total amount of Barbaras I've gotten is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Barbaras total. And basically that makes Barbara more powerful. Like, for example, I want duplicates of Amber in particular. I know a lot of people give me shit for upgrading Amber, but I feel like I'm in my main lineup. My main lineup looks something like this. But instead of having Venti here, I have Barbara as the healer. But I'm thinking about removing Xiaoling here and replacing her with Amber, because she synergizes better with Beidou. And Beidou is my tank, my off-tank character. And Beidou is like the only character in the game that can
Ready for a rehearsal?
Parry and block damage from enemies and actually multiply it and throw it back at them. I'm in battle right now. It's a Drenjo slime. I knew it. I fucking hate these guys. They get you in combat at just random times, and they hide. And when you get close to them, they fucking run away unless you have a fire character. I hate these guys. I absolutely hate these. But they're not like dangerous or anything. I actually have a lot of commissions in the same area today. But I also don't really know how the damage system works in this game either. Here's an example. Like for example, I have Fischl here. And every character has like a different stat they want to keep up high because that makes their abilities better. For example, Barbara and Beidou both want HP because of Barbara's healing gets stronger with the higher her maximum HP is. So you need to read your talents of your characters basically. And that's something you want to pay attention to and consider in your builds. Beidou is the same, though Beidou also wants crit as well, because 9 times out of 10 her Tide Caller, which is her parry ability, that will also crit most of the time. So she wants a mixture of HP and crit. But like I said, I don't really get how it works, because even with that said, me paying attention to the character's stats that they want. I have Fischl here. Fischl has higher attack than my Venti here. My Venti I literally just ascended last night. But I haven't put any more levels into him. But if I take Fischl here, let's start out with Fischl, right? I'm going to use my E ability, which does electric damage. That does 250 consistently, right? And I should crit for like 400 or something. But I guess I'm not going to get any crits, alright. But then I switch to Venti, and then I press my E, just 1,000 damage. Like, what? Excuse me? I'm going to parry these guys. But the characters are very fun to play. The gameplay is very, very engaging, and even the story is engaging, which is very rare for these kind of games. Like 9 times out of 10, that it's just some Asian MMO garbage that you're used to seeing, where the story doesn't make any goddamn sense, and you just have to just kind of tune it out to just get through it, because you don't really care about any of that. You care about, you know, your character and leveling up and getting through the painful slog that doesn't make any goddamn sense for the most part. Oop. But ideally, you want to combo your characters, basically. For example, like my favorite status effect is when you combine electric and fire, you get overload, which explodes for, you know, pyro damage, and it knocks the enemy back. Alright, and what this will do is this will spread status procs around. Ideally, I think I want to replace Barber with Jean, but apparently Jean has really long cooldowns on my team. Or just in general. So, it's not going to be ideal if I do get Jean. Though Jean's a great healer. Let me combo these to get overload. And I'll spread the fire. But yeah, that's another commission down, right? That's more Primo Gems. That's more stuff I can put towards another role to getting a character, basically. Now, with that said, the game being fun, and I actually recommend you guys give it a try, especially before the next patch, because I think a lot of the free stuff you get might be going away next patch. Like, for example, you got a ton of wishes just for making a character on day one, basically. And I think what I'm gonna do is make a character on the Europe and the Asian servers for this account, and play with those at the moment. Because I'm basically nearing endgame, and the big endgame of this game is the Spiral Abyss. Basically, you want to get as far as you can in the Spiral Abyss, and the highest you can go is like floor 12, where you get these different challenges for your characters. Like some of them are time, some of them are like defense, and so like there's different modifiers you can put on your character, and there's also like different debuffs sometimes. But it's very interesting and a challenging experience. All right, I'm just gonna spread the fire around. Let's make a fire tornado with Venti's ultimate. Oh, it didn't make it. Well, that's awkward. Oh, there we go. Spread it around. Let me grab the stuff. Ooh, he dropped an item. I need to destroy these towers. Also, the charging for bow characters is very slow. If I get an attack speed bow somehow, I don't know if there is one. If I get an attack speed bow, I'm putting that on Amber for sure, and she might be my main fire character. But then again, the new region, which is supposed to be like Japan, is electro themed. So that means we're gonna get an electro version of the Traveler. So like that's even more reason to maybe consider Amber. But I can't wait, because that's gonna make the Traveler even better. Even though he is the worst 5-star character, he's still very good. And like I said, there isn't a huge power difference between 4-star and 5-star characters. He's still very, very good. The only character that is not like extremely powerful is Amber. Like she's great for the early game, but she's only really good for the puzzles and exploration. But again, she wants to be your main DPS, and you just really can't do that. I'm gonna heal up before I get to my last commission here. With all that said, I like the game. Give it a try. However, there are some problems with the game, right? Every game has its problems. No game is perfect most of the time, right? Once you get past, like, say, AR 25 to AR 30, right? Most of the materials you need to, like, get stronger and make your character ascend and make your weapons ascend require resin. For example, these two materials here, so like lightning fragments that come from the Electro boss, he only gives you rewards when you spend resin. And resin is a currency in the game that recharges every so often. As you can see, my resin is full. But to say, if we're gonna fight the Electro boss, and I want to collect, say, the rewards, I need to spend 40 resin, right? And this replenishes like once every 8 minutes. So, and it's not even full. It's just one resin total, right? Now you can use Primo Gems to refill half of your resin, but you can only do that 6 times a day, and it only refills half of your resin. So you can't even like say spend a ton of money and wail out on this because it's just super inefficient to do that, right? You can also use fragile resin, which you get occasionally from the quests and the story. And ideally, this stuff right here, you want to save it until you hit basically AR 40, and then you're gonna go ham. You're gonna use every single ounce of this to hit, you know, get to level 90 to 100. I think 100 is a max character. I think. I'm not entirely sure. But that resin system is becoming a problem, and it extends the grind and it makes it take a long time. But it's not like long hours of gameplay. No, it's like 10 minutes of gameplay. And you guys see, I'm doing my commissions, and then after that, after I use up all my resins to say like do like a dungeon or like a boss that I need for materials, that's all the gameplay I can play for the day, right? There's nothing else I could do productive. Like, I could try to farm some of the world bosses, but even these have a respawn timer. And if I want, say, Mora, which is the regular money, like it's right gold, the best Mora farm is behind resin as well, right? The best XP farm is behind resin, though this is kind of outshined by the current event. And players are making a big fuss about this at the moment, and rightfully so, because it is a problem. People want to play the game, but they just can't. It sounds like another game I know, but they want to play the game because the gameplay is very fun. But like, the game literally will not let them play anymore, right? And MiHoYo is notoriously a stubborn developer, and they don't often change their minds. And this new event that we got, called the Elemental Crucible, it's all fine and dandy and all, which is, it's basically like it gives you a bunch of rewards, it gives you a bunch of primo gems, a ton of primo gems, like some money, some ascending materials. This is all great. But if you want to get the normal rewards for running this, which are these rewards, you have to pay resin. Now, to be fair, these rewards are garbage, and you should not spend resin on this at all, ever. But it's still behind resin, so it's basically them sort of doubling down on it. And a lot of people are speculating that the game will die in November, because that's when all the bigger games come out, like what is it, Cyberpunk 2077, right? I think there's other consoles launching at that time. Like, there's a ton of stuff going on in November, and it's not looking good for this studio, because it just seems like all the players are just going to leave because they literally can't play anymore, even though they want to. Because the gameplay is fun, the story is good for once, the game is fair, so it incentivizes you to keep playing. Like, with the challenges, the character challenges that give you free characters, there's going to be a new one coming next patch for Child. Child is a water archer. He's the only one in the game. But he can like go melee. He's the only archer that can actually use melee as well as a bow. So that makes him like a very enticing character to get. But you need to be like AR like 42 or 32 in order to even attempt the challenge. And for Xiaoling, for example, who's the current challenge character at the moment, you need to be AR 20. And she's the spear character I'm using. But she's literally the only spear character in the game that you can use. The other one is coming a couple days, actually, through a banner. And he's okay for the most part. He's a wind spear character, but him and Xiaoling are the only two spear characters in the game. And we're also getting a Geo spear character, who you meet in the story. And he has a really good voice. I really like his voice. Where's the last enemy? Oh! Oh shit, oh fuck, oh god. Okay, thank god for claymores. So there we go. But yeah, that's all my commissions for today. And basically, I'm sort of done with the gameplay for the most part. Like, all I have to do is spend my resin, and then I can't really do anything productive for my characters other than, say, stock up on leveling materials that aren't required for dungeons. And me personally, I need to stack up on artifacts, because I'm trying to get my artifacts increased, but I don't have that many because I actually use them for infusing them to make them better. But my artifacts are not great. And even like I said earlier, how my Fischl was doing a lot less damage than my Venti, but my Venti has worse artifacts. Like +5, +5, +16 on, and +12 on the feather. But it's just like, they're not that great at the moment. And the way I'm trying to have my Venti set up is I'm trying to have him set up exactly the same way that he was set up in the trial run where you get to test him out. Because he gets his ultimate super fast, and on top of that, he's just an amazing character. He's good for exploration. He's just good for everything, right? He's the strongest character in the game at the moment, and I'm really lucky that I got him instead of like another 5-star character. But like the 5-star, it's not like a big deal or anything. It's not like I'm missing out on like if I'm not having Venti. Like having Venti is very nice. It is convenient, but like, it's not necessary. For example, this Traveler, he also starts at Wind, and he's very useful for finding all the Geoculus and Animoculus. And I spent, like, earlier this week, I spent like 7 to 9 hours finding all of them. I set 2 days aside for getting all the Animoculus and all the Geoculus, and it took a long time, but it was worth it because it got me a ton of Adventure Rank XP. And this Adventure Rank XP, there's a lot of stuff locked behind this, but this is like basically your total character level, kinda. But you're always trying to get that up, so you can do more things. For example, I need to get my Adventure Rank up so I can make my characters like phase 3 or 4 or whatever, and also like so I can get my weapons to be better. For example, I need to get 35 to make this bow to be level 70, right? But I'm also missing some materials, but again, I need to get my Adventure Rank up. There's a lot of stuff locked behind that. But yeah, that's Genshin Impact. It's very fun. I'd recommend you give it a shot, but preferably before the next patch, which is coming in November. And again, a lot of people are speculating that the game will completely die in November. I'm scared for the game in November too, honestly, because this game's a lot of fun. I want to play it more, but I can't. I know that's not the first time I've said that for a game, but yeah. Let me get some chicken out of here. Just grab some chicken for some food, because you can also, like, you can heal through food if you don't have a healer. And particularly, and there's also food that gives you different stats and whatnot. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that's all for me. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.